I still believe to this day the pandemic saved my life without a question.
Wow, you don't hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, actually being locked indoors was the best thing for you.
It definitely brought me. Dade County was arguably one of the biggest things that brought me back.
Wow, that's awesome. I love to hear those stories because, we build these teams and you never know the impact it's going to have on
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it was a wait. It was a bit of a wait. And I will say, I told my dad, he was cool with it. He didn't care, like negatively, what I mean.
I didn't know. Dude,
Yeah.
I have the worst gaydar. Like, Vinny, I have the worst gaydar.
Oh,
I,
mine's probably just as bad.
no, I remember, I don't know how we found out.
And I'm like, and that's my kind of humor.
Right.
That's that's kind of like, well, that kind of humor, and I think that's something that's so important today. We need to have a sense of humor.
You need to be able to laugh at yourself. So I guess your glory is, you were in this dark place.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe Rotbart and welcome to The Grind and the Glory. This is where we talk about the hustle behind the headlines and real stories behind the success. This is The Grind and the Glory. Now let's go.
Welcome to the 6th episode now of The Grind and the Glory. I'm your host, Joe Rotbart. We have an exciting guest today. I'd like to welcome Vinny Andriolo.
How you doing, man? It's good.
How are you, man?
Good, man. Good. Thank you for having me on, man.
First time on a podcast?
Yes. This is
Are you nervous?
a little, but it's something I've never been the one to put myself out there.
Right.
But I think after how I've lived life and what I've gone through, I think it's time to just put it out and just say life happens and it's okay. And it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why you're here. So, well, anyway, I kind of like to break the ice. So, for those that don't know, Vinny was, are you still playing goalie?
I am still not at the level previously.
Right.
Toward the end of the last season, I was with Dade County. I had issues.
So Dade County's my team. It was a semi-pro team. We had it 4 years. We're taking a little break right now, but Vinny was one of the first keepers to join Dade County, right?
Yes.
So so that's how I met you.
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember, like, when we first started, how did you come to the team? Like, how did you?
I saw it was on social media.
Okay.
It was free
Because
training
you lived in Fort Lauderdale,
at the
right?
time. Yes.
Okay.
At the time, I was in Fort Lauderdale. Last August, I moved to a little closer to Aventura now. So it's a little west of Aventura.
So you live in Aventura now?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I
close
remember
enough.
when you first started, you used to live in Fort Lauderdale and used to drive. Was that when we were doing like the 6 a.m. morning?
Yeah, 7 a.m. at Tropical Park.
Yeah.
That's for those who don't know, that's at least 45 minutes each way.
Right.
And especially coming back, it's like an hour and a half.
Well, I remember that about you. I was like, man, this guy has heart because he's coming all the way from Fort Lauderdale to Miami to come train with our team. And and honestly, we didn't have a goalie. So like I think, were you like the first goalie that we had?
I might have been the first one.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into Dade County, but I kind of want to like tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, what's your story, what's your background, where are you from? I mean, Andriolo, I thought you were Italian, but you said you're Costa Rican.
Yep,
So
but my mom's side of the family is Costa Rican.
where were you born?
I was born in the States.
Where in the States?
Here in Florida.
Oh, you're born in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're Florida. I thought you were from up north.
So I grew up north. I grew up in Iowa.
Okay.
So
you grew up in Iowa.
Yeah.
Like where in Iowa?
In Des Moines, in the Des Moines area. So
Okay.
So
that's like the middle of the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put that in perspective, 6 hours from Chicago, 4
Yeah.
hours from Minneapolis, 3 from Kansas
That's
City.
the Midwest.
That's like it's right in the middle. No, it's
Okay.
smack in the middle.
So you grew up in Iowa. How long were you in Iowa?
15 years.
Okay. I'm like, I
My
had no
entire
idea.
childhood. The
Okay.
vast majority of my childhood.
So you were in Iowa until you were 15
No, I was born here. I left Florida when I was 5 years old
with your family?
with my family.
Okay.
About 18 months after I graduated high school, so I was 20 years old, almost 21 was when family came back here.
Okay.
My dad was in a really bad accident. He was back from it, and he just had difficulty finding a job.
Did you have any brothers or sisters growing
I
up?
am number 2 of 6.
You have 6 siblings.
I have 5 siblings. I'm number 2 of 6 kids.
Okay. So boys, like
3 and 3.
three sisters, three, are they older? Like, how old are you?
I'm 32 years
You're
old.
32.
I turned 33 in
How
January.
old are your siblings?
My oldest sister is 34.
Okay.
She lives in Denver, Colorado. I have other family out there as well.
Okay.
My younger sister, she still lives in Iowa. She turns 30 next year.
Okay.
She has 3 kids.
Wow.
So yeah, I go up
And your
now.
brothers?
I've a younger brother who just turned 27, or he just turned 27
Okay.
last week, and then my youngest siblings are a senior in high school and a junior in high school.
Where are they?
They go to Franklin and in Pines, Pembroke Pines.
So they're in okay.
They're
So
here. They're
they're
here.
in Florida. Okay. All right. So you were born in Florida, but you moved to Iowa when you were very young.
Yes,
And you lived there until you were 15.
I lived there until I was 20 years old.
Until you were 20 years
So
old.
15. I was living there for 15
Okay.
years.
And did you play soccer in high school?
No, I'm not really. I played for fun with friends.
So you weren't an athlete.
No, I was more of a tennis player actually in baseball, but when I was younger. Um, after my freshman year of high school, I stopped with baseball. I played tennis just to kind of stay fit. I wasn't great at it. And after high school, my friends started throwing me in goal because I would just play for fun. And they look at me and go, dude, like, yo, man, you're not a bad keeper.
You think you became a good goalie because you played baseball?
I think I've always had good reflexes. It's something that's always come natural.
Okay.
So I've always had that raw ability to be quick on my feet or
Because you're
make
not
that.
like super tall. Like,
No,
most
for a
goalies, like soccer goalies, are like nowadays you see like Neuer.
Neuer
he's
6 foot, 6'4".
Who was the guy from the old German keeper? Not Neuer. There was another one before him. He was like one of the classics. He was
Oh,
super tall.
like, was
I
it
mean, the guy in Spain, super tall.
just
Buffon is
Buffon.
super tall.
Thibaut Courtois 6'8",
Right. Yeah. So
They're-
all the goalies are like really big. So
and then remember Sergio was shorter than me back in the day.
yeah, Sergio was another player that played on Dade County. So, but he didn't start when you started, right?
No, he started a little after.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's go back. So, okay. So you're in Iowa, right? You're not really an athlete then. Okay.
No,
So you
no.
you were playing baseball, and what was the other sport?
Tennis.
Tennis. Okay. So how was the home life? Was it good?
It was just it was very quiet. We lived around in the suburbs. I just focused on school. It was up until my high school year. Once I was old enough to kind of be myself and not
What do you
have
mean be yourself?
more like have the freedom to do what I wanted. Because when you're
I don't know what that
younger,
means. What do
so
you
when
mean
you
have the
when
freedom
so
to do what you wanted?
when I was younger, my parent, I couldn't go anywhere. Unless my parents knew about it. But
Okay.
once I hit toward the tail end of my junior year, senior year in high school,
Right.
I was for the most part a well enough behaved kid where my parents were like, yeah, you're good. Just let us know when you're coming home.
Okay.
That's when I kind of started going out more,
Okay.
being more of the social butterfly that people, call me today.
Were you always a social butterfly?
I've always been more of the social butterfly.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
I don't like being cooped up in my house. I like going out. I like being out in a good vibe scene. Whether, for example, I went to the Panther parades the last 2 years.
right.
Um, I love back when I was younger. I love going clubbing. Not so much now, just because that just comes with age. And
Right.
but back then I was always out and about.
Where do you club in Iowa?
Oh, there was a few places, not that many. All of them were downtown.
Okay.
There was a place called Jokers.
I mean, what's Des Moines? That's the
Des
main
Moines
city,
is
right?
Des Moines is the city, the main city.
Right. Okay.
It's the capital city.
Okay. This is interesting.
And
Right.
then
So you went to the clubs in Des Moines.
a little bit, not so, it was a little bit here and there, but I started doing that way more once I moved here.
Okay. So you were pretty much a normal kid in
Yeah.
high school, living with your siblings, right? You weren't really an athlete. You were just kind of playing for fun.
Yeah.
Right. So you graduate high school and then you stay there till you're 20. And then when you're 20, you move to Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's the $1 million question that I'm trying to figure out. When did you, okay, and we're going to talk about it. So when did you know that, maybe you like boys or like guys?
I would say the inkling started when I was about 15, 16 years old.
Like, walk me through that.
Uh, PE class, changing in front of guys who are in shape. That's about it. 'Cause
So
a
what
lot
would
of them,
happen? You'd be like,
I just, nothing would happen. It was just like because I would kind of like I would
did you ever
always
have a girlfriend up to that point?
I did, but like it was one of those scenarios where I was always trying too hard, as if I was trying to compensate for something else.
You like when you say try too hard, like what
As
do
in,
you mean?
like I'm trying too hard to do this in order to hide this.
Okay.
And as time went on, it just got as I got older, even after high school, it just got harder and harder to fight and hide.
Did your mom know?
I didn't tell my mom until I was 22 years old.
And your dad?
I told my dad shortly after.
Okay. Did your brothers or sisters know?
Out of everyone in my family, my older sister was the first one to
How did you mind me asking how you told her?
know. I told her because I went on a date with a guy. This was years ago, and I went on a date, and I told my sister and I told her like, "Hey, I think I like guys." And
Okay.
and then that's when I just went on a date, and it went okay, and I was 22 years old, maybe 23.
Were you confused?
Um, there were periods where I felt I was. There'd be periods where I would want nothing to do with guys and only girls, and then there'd be periods where I wanted nothing to do with, and vice versa.
Why did you want nothing to do with guys if you liked
It's because
guys?
it was more or less because we were trying. A lot of us before we come out
All your
was
friends, let me ask you this. All your friends when you were like in your early 20s, were they straight or gay?
oh, the vast majority of them were straight.
They were straight.
Yes.
Okay. So you'd go out and you'd party with them and like for example, like I remember when I was in my early 20s and I went out with my buddies and we'd see a hot girl, I'd be like, "Hey, she's hot. I'd like to get with her."
hmm
What was it like with your friends when you went out?
Um, I mean, I would just be there just to be with I would be there. I wouldn't really chase anyone while I was there.
You kind of kept to
I
yourself.
did, yes, I did.
Okay.
I would still hang out with my friends, but I didn't, if I found someone attractive, I didn't go talk to them. Like I'm just there for the vibe and there for the party.
So, okay. So at 22, you decide to tell your sister,
Mhm.
right? So you tell her, "Listen, I think I like guys." Then what happened?
Well, because my older sister she's a lesbian. She's
Okay.
married. Well, she was previously married. Lovingly, she laughed and just like,
So
and
she's married to a or she was married to a woman.
she was previously married to a woman. Yes,
Okay. But she's open lesbian.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
And so and when I told her that, she like lovingly she laughed and was like, and she's like, yep, got the gay genes, got someone else now. Because my uncle, God rest him, he passed away 2020, cancer. He My uncle was openly gay as well on my dad's side of the family.
Okay.
So my sister made jokes. Well, it clearly comes from that side of the family because no one on my mom's side is that way at all.
Right, right. And who's the Italian side, your
My
mom or your
dad,
dad's side?
my dad's side.
Okay. So and this is fascinating to me because I've worked with a lot of gay people in my life. When I used to live in Europe and I modeled for years. And most of the men, well, not the models, but like the fashion designers, they were all gay.
hmm
So I had to work with them, And now I'll be honest, like some of them wanted to fuck me, and I was just like, no, I'm being real, like they
I
did, and
know.
I was just like, no, dude, like
hmm
I like women,
hmm
But that whole industry was basically full, and if you and I say this, like if you want to get the best hairstylist in the world, go to a gay guy.
hmm
Like gay guys, and the other thing with like gays, that I find fascinating is most of them are very successful.
Oh yes.
Like and I always wondered what that was about. You know what I mean? Like, why are gay men so successful? Like, what does that come from? Because I have never met a guy that's gay that is not successful. Most of them, they're just like, they're workaholics. They're extremists at what they do. They're really good. They're really particular. So what is that about?
Because we always, this comes from me, from the soccer point of view,
Yeah.
because it's different, but it's not that different when you think about it. We all feel like we have to do more to show that we're capable.
That you're capable. Okay.
For example, like I didn't start telling. There's a few people I play with on Thursdays. They don't know, and it's not that I don't tell them. I just don't.
I didn't know. Dude,
Yeah.
I have the worst gaydar. Like, Vinny, I have the worst gaydar.
Oh,
I,
mine's probably just as bad.
no, I remember, I don't know how we found out that you were, no, you came to me and told me you were
Yeah,
gay.
no, because I remember I told you, because we were discussing like a party somewhere. It wasn't the party from last year at that restaurant.
Right.
It was one, I think it was at your house or a place
Yeah,
that you
and
had.
I remember you said,
I asked if I could bring him.
can I bring my other? And I was just like, yeah, I don't care. And you're like, well,
It's
no,
a
it's a guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no. I was like, I didn't know. I was just like, and I
Yeah.
remember I went to Ian. I'm like, did you know Vinny was gay?
Mhm.
And he's like, what? And I don't even think he knew. So whatever you did, like, no one knew you were gay.
So I've always been the person, I don't hide it.
Right.
I don't show it, but I don't hide it.
Right. Because you're not one of those, like,
I'm not.
like, I have a pretty good gay accent, you know, like I joke
Go
around
for
with my
it. Go
friends.
for it.
I'm just
I'll
like,
let you.
hey, you're so gay, you know, like with snapping of the fingers.
This is the common one now when people do this. That's the one today.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
anyway, I was just like, he's not like that, because you wouldn't be on the field be like, oh, I made such a great save. Like, that was not you.
No.
You know, you were like a guy, you know, and like, or you would get like really pissed at yourself when you didn't save the ball. So like, in my mind, I never thought for a second that you were gay, right? And then when I found out and you told me, I'm like, well, hey, we're an open club, right? And he was like, yeah, we're open to everybody. It's like, you know, straight or gay, it doesn't matter. You can play on our team. And I was just like, yeah, Vinny can play. And what did I say to you? I was like, dude, I don't care
Yeah.
what you do. As long as you perform on the field, that's all I care about. I don't give a shit like what you like to do behind closed. Like, I'm open, like, I don't care. Now, I will say this. You were playing on a team with a lot of Latins,
Mhm.
right? And you know how it is,
Oh,
you know,
machismo.
the machismo, right? So like the typical Latins, they would say something like, hey, marica,
Yeah.
you know, which is basically, hey, gay, you
Yeah.
know? And that was like very normal.
Yeah,
So you were like, I was like, how are we going to manage this? But you know what? Nobody ever said anything. I don't think on the team, nobody ever said anything to you. It was just like, hey,
No.
man, you're gay.
No.
You suck. Or, you know, if anything, they were just like,
No.
yeah, Vinny stepped up today. He played hard, you
Like,
know?
and that's one other thing. Like, I grew up in that in that locker room environment at times. So like, and being an early '90s kid, in that generation and older, we actually like jokes.
Yeah,
And
so you were like
compare-
an early 90s kid. So like
Yeah.
talk about that. Like you remember you told me like you love South Park, right?
Oh yeah, I
Like
grew up.
Cartman. I love
grew
South
up-
Park.
I grew up with the likes of watching Family Guy, South Park, and in an old movie called Blazing Saddles, which you cannot make that movie anymore.
Okay. I don't think I ever saw Blazing Saddles.
It's a Mel Brooks film.
Oh, Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks was
So
amazing.
that about sums it up.
Right.
You can't make that movie anymore.
Right.
Having that.
So you grew up in the 90s where you grew up having your balls busted,
Oh yeah,
basically, right?
I would get teased all the time by my friends, my dad, family. So I was used to that kind of humor, and
Because you know, like you're the first obviously guy on here that's on my podcast that's gay. So I was saying to myself, like, how's this interview gonna go? It's either gonna go really well or
Mhm.
it's gonna go really badly, because I don't know like what I can ask or not ask, but I feel like I can ask you anything.
like I'm
Like, I don't
not.
give a shit.
I don't no, because in my opinion, if you're asking a question, you're asking a question. And
Right.
why I don't get, and contrary to what a lot of people believe, a lot of us are open to the questions
Yeah.
because people don't know everything.
Right.
There's even I'm
All right,
getting
let me ask you a
confused in
question.
my
All right.
community.
Let me ask you a question. Did you want me?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Hard pass.
Okay. No,
I
no.
love you, Joe, but hard pass.
No. Okay. Okay. But that's I want to know,
So-
right? Like, what's your type?
I love me a Latin man. I do.
A Latin man.
Because so when I went to high school, I went to a rich kid white school.
Okay.
So a lot of the vast
kids were
majority
white,
vast
boring.
majority of kids were white, rich, and snobby,
Right.
and like, and they thought they were better than everyone else. When it's like,
Okay. So
I'm like,
hold on.
So-
I got to ask this. So you're playing for Dade County. Our entire team is Latin.
mhm,
Were you just like, oh,
no,
this is delicious?
no.
What were you thinking?
So I had a brief stint pro indoor
Okay.
shortly before I moved to came down here to Florida.
Right.
I had to teach myself very early on because I knew that because I had those inklings were in my head at that time.
What inklings?
Like, me thinking a guy's good looking. That looks nice.
So like I'm trying to like picture this.
Yeah.
Man, and forgive me for my ignorance, but
No,
like
of
you're the
course.
keeper, right? You're looking at the defender. He's got like these incredible legs. What are you thinking?
So that's one of the things I've actually had to teach myself how to do and sear in my own brain. When it came to soccer, I treated it like work. And I left that at home.
So if a guy's like, forgive me, dude.
No, go for it.
If a guy's just like takes his shirt off in front of you, right? It's like whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're a player. We're on the same
Yeah.
team. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? But when does it become like, ooh, that guy's hot?
I will say, for example, one time I did bring my current boyfriend to practice because we were going somewhere else after.
Okay.
He mentioned it. I didn't even say he mentioned it. He's like one of the guys. I didn't know who he's talking about, but one of the guys took off his shirt. He's like, oh, he's like, I saw a shirtless guy. I'm like, oh, I'm just thinking to myself, oh. He's like, how do you handle that? He asked me like, how do you handle like?
I'm wondering how do you handle that?
I taught myself, and I seared it into my brain. Leave it at home. I'm here to play. I treat it like work. I really, when I came to practice, I had to treat it like work.
Right.
And so that's kind of how. And so after time, it's become very easy to just turn it off and just focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah, because you see, I
Because
think there's different types of gay men.
of
right?
course,
You've got the ones that are just like, hey,
flamboyant,
super flamboyant,
yeah,
right?
they're very flamboyant.
You've got the ones that are guys,
Mhm.
right? You've got the ones that are trans.
So there's
Like, can
trans.
you walk
Yes.
me through that? Like, what are the different types?
So, the most common. So there's, they call the ones that are very flamboyant in that community. They're called femme. So they're feminine.
They're feminine, right? Feminine gays.
Feminine.
They're the ones who
They're flamboyant. They're the ones you'll
they're on the
see.
bottom.
Then I won't say bottom.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, I know what you're talking. Okay, traditionally yes, not always, but stereotypically yes.
Right.
Then you have,
And you got like the macho guys.
There's so many types of gay men. There's so many terms for people, and it's just I personally don't like using them because it is like a label.
No,
And it's not
I
always the
understand,
case.
but like when you think of that, you right away your mind says, okay, well you're either like this or you're like this. But aren't there like famous athletes who've come out?
Yeah,
that are
recently,
gay?
yeah. A few players, professional players, have come out. They're a bit younger than I am right now, but they have. I know. One I forget his name off the top of my head. He came out when he was playing in Australia. He now plays in England. He came out a few years ago. Probably one that we might both know who that player is. Remember back in the day, Robbie Rogers.
Yeah,
He came out toward the end, toward
I
the
didn't-
a lot, toward the twilight of his career.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came out toward the twilight of his career.
Wow.
That's more, because that's because his at his age, he's closer to our, both
Right,
our ages.
Right.
He came out. He's retired.
Well, I'm older than you. I'm
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but
49,
I'm saying like that's that generation where we're watching the same players,
Yeah,
so we know who they are.
all
He
right. So
came out toward the twilight of his career.
all right. So let me ask you. So okay. So you're in your 20s, right? You move back to Florida. You now have told your family. Were they Were they accepting? Were they like,
My dad didn't care.
yeah,
Like in a good way, and I'm in a good way. Like, I told him at a bar after 3 shots of Jaeger.
no shit?
Yeah.
Because you needed the courage
Yeah.
to tell your dad.
There's a reason why it's called liquid courage.
Right.
I told my dad, and he
What
didn't
did your
care.
father say the moment you said, "Dad, I'm gay"?
He's like, you're still my son. You
Okay.
still watch football. You still do you're still with me.
He's like, "I still love you."
Yeah, because
Right.
his brother was gay. My uncle, who passed away, he was gay, and then he perceives to throw.
But what about like the thing about like, okay, well, you're my son. Are you gonna have kids?
No, he didn't ask that question. We
He
just
didn't
kind of
ask
left it. We just left it there.
Okay.
He didn't care.
Was faith in your household growing up?
A little bit, yes, but I don't practice today. More or less, I just don't. Just because
Why don't you?
I've seen what religion does.
Okay.
I've seen the worst of
Are
it.
you an atheist?
Yes,
Okay.
I do believe there is a higher power of some degree, but I personally think religion has caused war for more than 2 to 3,000 years.
Well, that is a fact. Religion has caused war.
So I want no part of it.
Okay.
You don't have to be religious to be a good person.
I agree with you on that. Um, okay, so you're living in Florida. Now you're an openly gay man. When you finally said I'm gay, did you feel like a weight was lifted off your chest?
So when I told my parents first. I
Yeah.
didn't come out publicly.
Yeah.
So it stayed within the family. Yeah, it was a bit of a weight. And I will say, I told my dad, he was cool with it. He didn't care, like, negatively what I mean. Um, the funny thing he said right when I told him, he's like, after he sips a drink, he's like, yeah, make sure you wear a fucking raincoat if you
Wear a
can.
condom.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, always. And that was it. And then I will say though, when I told my mom, it took her a minute, but she did come around. Because my mom and my older sister, they don't speak. And after my sister came out,
Because she's a lesbian?
because my mom didn't, I think my mom could have handled it better. I really think she could have.
Look,
And my mother,
I'm a parent. I have
and
kids.
my mom has told me privately, she has acknowledged that she could have handled it better.
Yeah. Well, look, parents aren't perfect. They make mistakes. I mean, I certainly made plenty of mistakes as a parent. I sucked as a parent. When you become a parent, you try to do the best you can. But honestly, none of us know what the fuck we're doing.
There's no instruction manual.
There's no instruction manual to be a parent. People can tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. No. Wait till you fucking have that baby in front of you. You have no idea what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So that's called life. That's, you learn as you go. So parents are going to make mistakes, but I think parents need to be humble enough to be like, hey, like I go to my kids all the time, like, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Like I don't know all the answers, and sometimes they respect you more when you tell them that, instead of trying to act like, I remember there was a point when I was a parent, I pretended like it was my way or the highway. And then looking back, I was like, you know what? I could have probably handled it. Why did I yell at my son, or why did I yell at my daughter? Like, did I really need to do that? So I think parents, they have that stigma where they're trying to be perfect, and nobody's perfect.
There's no such
thing as perfection. We're all fucked up on this planet. We're all trying to figure it out, right? We all are. So I respect that. So, okay, so you're in Florida, right? You've told your family. Do you go to college? Like, what do you do?
I did. I was an accounting and marketing major.
Okay.
And then I would say it was around 2017, 2018, I got into the casino industry.
How did you get into that?
So, in the state of Florida, for our out-of-state viewers, the Seminoles run this state in terms of gambling.
Right.
So
yeah, Seminole Hard Rock Casino.
Seminole Hard Rock. There's
Right.
the Classic, Coconut
Right.
Creek.
Right.
The Seminole tribe of Florida runs the show here. So there are other properties here that are non-tribal. So there's Harrah's in Pompano Beach, Magic City near the airport.
Do you know I've never gone gambling in this state ever?
And so
I go to Vegas.
Oh yeah.
In Jersey, I
love
gamble.
Vegas.
But like here, I've never gambled.
Yeah, I'll get to Vegas in a second. I love Vegas. So those are called parimutuel properties. a few years back, you used to have horses or dogs, greyhounds, the racing, and they have like the poker games you on the table games that are poker based. They're run a little differently because of how the laws are. The state received a ton of money from the tribe of Florida, from the Seminole tribe.
So,
It's
so
just
what? You went and applied for a job?
yeah,
Like,
I
what did
went
you
and
do?
applied for a job, and that's when I worked in a casino as a third party. That's how I got my foot in the door.
Okay. And why casino? Why did you want to do the casino business?
I
Because
thought,
the hours suck.
oh, they do. I'm a night owl for sure.
But you're a night. You like working the night.
It's easier because
Right.
if I have an appointment I need to make, I just go. I can go, or I can just stay up and then go to sleep right after.
Right.
So for me, that the hours between 8 p.m. to anywhere between the hours of 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. when I'm working.
So that's when you work. You work from 8 to 6.
So my start time anywhere from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And usually if I'm an 8 o'clock start, I'm done by 4. And if I'm 10 o'clock start, I'm done by 6.
So
It's an
okay.
8-hour shift.
So how long have you been doing that? Working in the casinos?
I've been in the industry. It'll be for 7.5 years. It's 7.5 years now.
Right.
But I've been a dealer. It'll be 5 years in March.
A dealer, and you do blackjack. You do.
Blackjack, baccarat, craps. The only game I don't have is roulette.
And if I'm a player and I come to your table, are you like a friendly guy?
Oh
Are you
yeah.
just serious?
Yeah, because I'm friendly because our 90 to 95% of my income is tip money.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they tip you. Like if they win, they give you
Yeah.
some of the chips.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
And I tell players all the time, I don't pay my rent by kicking ass all night.
Right.
So
So okay, did you get your degree from college or
I
no?
did not.
You didn't. So you didn't finish college.
Nope.
Okay. So you didn't finish college. You started working in the casinos. What kind of money were you making in the
So when I first started, I was making, and this is, keep in mind, this is 2018, so this is actually half decent money.
before COVID?
Before COVID, I was making 16 an hour on
Okay.
split income.
Okay.
Because at the time when I jumped into the casino, I was married. I was actually married.
Married to who?
I was married to a guy.
Okay. How long
Um,
were you married?
less than 2 years.
Why did you get married?
I thought I loved him, and I thought he loved me.
And what happened?
He got his green card and dipped.
Oh, he used you for a green card. We just had an episode on that.
Yeah.
Literally, you can watch our previous episode.
Yeah.
It's all about getting the green card, getting married to get a
Mhm.
green card. So he used, where was he from?
Venezuela.
Where is she? Venezuela, where are you? There she is. She's in the back. By the way, she does amazing accents. So she's going to tell me papacito later, right? Okay, so he was Venezuelan. You
Mhm.
liked the Latin guys. You
Yep.
fell in love.
Mhm.
You got married. And then what happened?
He got his green card in 90 days. Confessed he was having an affair and jumped the ship.
Affair with who?
Someone from the same country that he was from.
So he fell for a Venezuelan.
Yeah.
So he used you to get a green card.
It looks that way. The way it looked. And I know I wasn't perfect, but
So who filed for divorce?
we both did. It was just it was it was quick and done.
I'm curious. A gay divorce. What is that like? I mean, you don't have any kids, obviously. You were living together. Did you have did you own a home together?
No, we didn't own a home.
Okay, so you shared an apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just went and filed and that was it.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. The pandemic kind of delayed things.
How old was he?
I want to say he turns 30 now, so he was probably about 23, 24 when we got divorced.
He was younger than you.
Yeah, he was younger than me.
Okay. So you like him young?
No, it's just kind of how.
I'm sorry.
I mean, no. I look, and I don't. It's not necessarily been a preference. It's kind of just where the coins landed.
Right.
Because I've dated guys who are older. And
so let me. Okay, I'm curious as a gay man, because a woman, for example,
mhm.
like most women, right? There's something alluring about an older guy.
Oh, for
It's like because they have daddy issues, a lot of these
Mhm.
women, right? So they're like, I want an older guy in my life, going to take care of me. Some women will date men their age, but the men today, they're babies.
Yeah.
So they date older. As a gay man, What are you attracted to? Younger guys or older guys?
I'm attracted to ambition
Ambition, someone who's successful.
because or ambition or goals, because if someone's my life partner, it's got to be not necessarily 50-50, but it's got to be like, if I'm giving 60 one day, he gives 40, or the other way around. It's got to be working together.
Got it.
So like
Okay.
now I will say I do have a preference for, not too much older, because
What's
I'm
the
32.
oldest you would go?
The oldest guy I've dated was 38,
38.
and that
So I'm
was
too old for you.
like I will say, yeah, I think so. The thing for me is I already look like a child. I'm
Right.
32 years old and I do not grow a beard.
Right. Right.
Let's not make it worse.
Right. No, you look young. You do
So
look
like
young.
the thing,
You
most
got to
guy,
work on this a little bit.
yeah, no, I put on. So this is what happens when because I've been dating the
Because
same
most
guy.
gay guys, like I know,
Oh,
they're buff.
we're fit.
They're fit,
dressed
right?
impeccably.
It's like you go to the clubs, if you go to the
Oh, yeah.
gay clubs, it's like, "Oots, oots, oots," and
We're
all the guys are
fit.
like shredded,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. I have definitely put on a few pounds over the last.
Right. So like you got to get your gayness up, right?
Yeah,
Like
just
you
a little bit, right? Just a little bit.
a little bit, right?
But
Yeah.
nah, this is what happens when you fall in love with a guy you've been dating for almost 2 years. So
Right.
this is what
It's the same. It's the same thing. Like when you meet a woman, then you fall in love. You stop taking care of yourself,
Yeah,
right?
because if you think you got it in the bag, you
Right.
think you don't have to worry about it too much
So,
anymore.
so are you single now, or are
No,
you dating?
I'm my boyfriend. I've been dating him. It'll be 2 years in January.
Okay.
Um,
You guys live together?
we do live together.
Okay. Are you gonna get married?
I have a few me things to work on.
Things.
I have a
Okay.
few me things to work on.
Okay.
Um, and then I have to. And then he told me I have to ask his mother for permission. So
You have to ask his mom for
yeah,
permission to get married.
yeah. Yes, he told me.
I'm like tripped out right
Oh
now.
no, I've met his mom. His mom loves me.
Really?
Yes, I've met. For Thanksgiving, I'm actually going up to Philadelphia for the holiday to see his family. So,
Are
and I've
you-
met them already. So
Really?
yeah,
Okay. All right. So let's go back to Dade County a little
Yeah.
bit, because you had mentioned something earlier that I want to talk about, and I want to be respectful of the time. When you came to Dade County, right? You said you were in a dark place.
I was.
Like, talk to me about that.
So the divorce was really like a bombshell for me and my family. We were all stunned about what happened,
Why were you stunned?
just because it was very unexpected.
Okay.
The way that it ended, the way it happened, and
Did you cry a lot?
among other things, yeah.
Okay.
I started drinking a lot. I started using hard substances because nothing else.
Because you were just upset.
I was just so. I
hurt
was.
from the
I was
divorce.
just. I forget hurt. I was ultimately destroyed. My life.
Because you felt like he used you.
I put everything I had into my marriage, and that happened. It came crashing down. It.
Did he move out, or did you
He
move
moved out.
Okay. Did you have a pet?
We had 2 cats, and I still have them. I made it very clear he wasn't taking them. And
So those pets
two
were like your family.
those 2 cats are the love of my life.
Okay. What are their names?
Salem and Frankie.
Salem and Frankie. Okay. So he leaves. You're destroyed. So you want to go play soccer?
So it took some time, but then but before all that, I went, drinking the hard substances, and
So you were okay, wait, walk me through that. So you were okay, so you're in rebound mode, right? So you're just getting shit faced every night,
every night at home,
and you're saying heart, like, are you doing drugs?
cocaine,
You're doing coke. Okay.
because nothing else.
Are you going to the clubs? Just what are you doing?
I would.
You're living in Fort Lauderdale.
I was living in Fort Lauderdale. I was working in Hialeah. I would put myself in very precarious positions.
Like what?
Uh, I'll be pretty. Those really shady ass by the hour hotels on Okeechobee Road.
Wow.
After work every night, all coked out, all drunk, because
And you just meet like
yeah,
shitty people.
it was bad. It got really bad. Um, and then
How bad did it get?
On February 16th, 2020, I actually attempted my own life. Um, there's about an 18, 20 hour period where I don't remember. And all I know is
What happened?
I went home. I was out with family, very depressed. Then the last thing I remember is pulling into my driveway, and I don't remember anything else. The next morning, I woke up in a pool of my own vomit, all over my face, all over my body,
Wow.
mattress ruined
In your apartment.
in my apartment. And it's not a feeling I wish upon anybody.
Did somebody call 911 or?
My now ex-husband wasn't even at the house. I woke up. The only thing
What did you try to do?
I definitely tried to OD and kill myself.
With pills or
Cocaine.
with coke?
And I looked at what I had left, and the amount I had should have killed 2 people. So I don't know if I knocked it over.
I mean,
I had
what'd you do, like an 8-ball?
I don't remember. I blacked out.
Do you know where you got it?
I had a dealer who
Is that like a hookup through the casino?
no, I knew him from somewhere else.
Okay. All right. So wow, you hit rock bottom.
I had hit rock bottom. And then
And this was before Dade County, or
this is a little more than a year before Dade County.
okay. So how did you pick yourself back up after that? Because like, okay, so you find yourself in your own vomit, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So what do you do like the next day? Like how do you start to get your shit together? You're just like, I can't keep going on this way.
Yeah. I was still use after that, but I was a little more careful just because I didn't like how it felt,
Mhm.
like waking up that way. Then the pandemic hit. My younger sister at the time she only had 2 kids. Now she has 3. They temporarily moved here because she was going through her own issues, and
And you're
that
still living on your own.
I was living, and then that's when I decided I'm gonna stay with my parents during the pandemic because my ex-husband was still living in that apartment
So you moved back in with your parents.
temporarily. Like I just a few clothes.
That had to be hard. Like you literally tried to kill yourself and now you move back in with your parents.
Mhm.
Are they just like freaking out like, oh my God,
They
he's gonna
didn't.
try and do something again, or you didn't tell them?
I didn't tell anybody.
Wow.
Nobody knew.
So what happens then?
I once I saw my younger sister and her kids were here in the house. Common sense took over, and I said to myself, I can't have this stuff while they're here. So
Why? They would come over to the
they were
apartment?
they were living with my mom.
Oh, they're living with your mom.
They were
Okay,
living with my
okay,
parents. Yeah,
okay,
I was
okay.
staying there too. So and so April 2nd, 2020 was the last day I used, and it got bad. It was bad, and I managed it. I still believe to this day the pandemic saved my life, without a question.
Wow, you don't hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Like actually being locked indoors was the best thing for you.
Yeah, it was. I had nowhere to be.
Because you couldn't go out.
I
You couldn't
couldn't go
You
out.
couldn't go to those motels
We
at like
couldn't. Oh,
4 in the morning.
they're all closed.
Right.
They were all closed.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I had nowhere to. I had no reason to leave.
So what did you focus on?
Gaining weight because I lost a lot of weight just because I wasn't eating as well. I dropped 30 pounds in less than a month.
Wow. For some people, that'd be like a dream.
Yeah, there's better ways to lose weight, guys. I
Right.
promise you that.
Right.
And so then I stayed with my parents for about a month, a little more than a month, and then I was finally able to. I'm probably one of the only people who got a lease that year in my apartment. I had to beg my landlord for a new lease so I can kick him out. So I can kick my ex out.
So okay, how did you get to Dade? Like what? So COVID hits. Dade starts.
Mhm.
I can't remember when we started the club.
It was 2020, like late 2021.
2020, 21. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it on your shirt. So you joined the club, right?
Mhm.
And what did Dade County do for you in a nutshell?
So when time had passed, I had I was getting back to
Because
myself
I
slowly.
didn't know this story. Like, this is like the first time I'm hearing it. So I'm like, holy
Um,
shit.
so as time went on after that, I went back to work. COVID restart. I was dating someone else. I'm not with that person anymore, but me and him are still friends. So like little
I think I
things.
remember that guy.
Yeah,
You brought him around
I
once.
think I
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, little by little, I got back to my old self. I started my career in 2021. So like little things,
Career
my dealer, yeah,
as a
as a dealer,
dealership.
as
Okay,
a
working
dealer.
as a dealer. Okay.
And then once I started, and I needed something different. I knew I needed to get back to my old self. And once I started playing again and training again, it's like I would say
You felt
by
like you had purpose,
yeah, and I got back. I would say by early 2022, I felt like my old self again,
right?
pre-COVID, pre
Right,
everything.
right, right. Yeah, because you now had a routine.
I had a
You had
routine.
people yelling at you. Nobody gave a shit. They're like,
Yep,
"Hey, man, get it done,"
yep.
you know, and that was good for you,
It was.
right? It was good for you.
It was definitely. It definitely brought me. It was more. It was Dade County was arguably one of the biggest things that brought me back.
Wow, that's awesome. I love to hear those stories because we build these teams and you never know the impact it's going to have on
Yeah.
people, and it's amazing to see. I get people telling me all the time, like, "Man, please bring Dade County back," because it kind of was like the one thing I looked forward to
Hmm.
was getting together with
Yeah.
those guys and like training and playing games and doing
Yeah.
all that.
I miss it, and because
Yeah.
I miss it because like I haven't trained since last year. I still play for fun, like the
Yeah.
leagues you play, and then you go to happy hour. That's kind of those kind of leagues. That's kind of what I do when in terms of playing. But right now, I actually focus more on the refereeing side of the game because I'm actually a licensed
You
ref.
became a ref.
I'm a ref now.
You're
Yeah.
kidding me.
Hmm.
You ref what? Like kids games or like adults or what?
Mostly youth, but I do. I do UPSL now as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So you played for Dade County. So I guess your glory is, you were in this dark place. I mean, you tried to pretty much off yourself,
Yeah.
and Dade County was what
It
I'm not going
brought.
to say it took the credit, but it was maybe part of the
It was
reason.
definitely it was definitely a building block. It definitely was part of it.
Wow, dude. I didn't know my club saved your life.
It definitely helped. It definitely did help.
Shit, now I feel guilty. Now I feel like I got to bring it back. I got to save more people. It's funny. You build these clubs, you never know where they're going to
Yeah,
go.
you don't truly know
And
what you
people
do
come out
for
of the
people.
woodwork and it's just like, all right,
I needed it.
and that's awesome.
Like I
That's
saw
awesome to hear.
because I saw that it was I saw because back when we first started it was free training. We just kind of got started. You're just kind of getting it going.
Yeah.
I'm like I think I need this.
Good for you.
I think I need
And you
this.
came from Fort Lauderdale. I remember you used to drive
Oh
down
yeah.
an hour. I'm like, I used to say, this motherfucker's crazy. He drives down all the way from Fort Lauderdale
Well,
to
goalkeepers
come
are
get his
crazy.
ass kicked
Well,
as a keeper.
goalkeepers are crazy already, so
Yeah.
that shouldn't
And
surprise
you
you.
were around even during the Chris Bart Williams era where he,
Oh,
which is
that's
unfortunate, man.
heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, but like, man, there was a history there,
There was.
it really was. So, wow.
The sad thing, and I love that man. I
Yeah.
really did.
And he took a liking to you.
Yeah.
He liked your character. I
Um,
remember him telling me, he would be like, I like Vinny. The guy, you know, you can push him an extra level, you know.
One thing it was saddening about I didn't find out about him. I found out on Sky.
Yeah.
That's how I found out.
Yeah, I think we were all shocked when he died.
Yeah,
That guy was
and we had a heart to heart. Chris and I did. That's when I actually told him first. He knew.
wow.
He knew I was gay. I told him.
What'd he say?
I told him, I feel like I have to do more. He's like, I get it. It's different, but I get it because he told me, he had a little bit of difficulty as a black man living in England.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, he's like, he told me it's different. It's the same, but it's also different. But he understood. He got it.
Right. Wow.
And so like, nah, he's hands down the best coach I've ever had.
Yeah, Chris is
Chris was
he
he
was
was
a
class.
legend.
He was
He was a
class.
legend. So, all right. So now you're making great money as
Yes, I
as
do.
a dealer,
Yes.
right? I mean, you do really like we don't have to get into numbers,
No,
but you do pretty well.
I'm definitely comfortable.
Right. Good for you.
I'm definitely able to live life more.
Good for you.
I went to Las Vegas last month for the music fest. I went to Dominican Republic early this summer. I've been able to kind of live my life a bit
Yeah.
more.
So you're happy where you are right
Oh,
now?
very.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I
But
mean,
if Dade County came back, you'd want to come back.
I'll be mad if I'm not the first person you called. Be like,
That's awesome.
because I remember because now that I live closer to Aventura, it's a lot closer now to me now.
Yeah.
Because we were training at Traz. We were training at Traz Powell,
That's right.
and
Did you come to the Traspal
I
training?
did, I did, I
You
was
did.
there.
That's
Remember,
awesome.
remember I had curly hair.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
right. You made your hair curly.
I did. I had
You were playing for the second team, right?
I was, yeah, because
Yeah.
I was still kind of getting back into
Yeah.
it.
All right. So, okay. So, pretty cool story. What's your message as a young man who, you know, had some hardships, came out, living your life? What's your message today to younger men that maybe are gay or not? Or what's your message? Like, what's your,
Um,
because the name of this show is The Grind and the Glory, right? And you always try to find, like, okay, what was your grind? And then what's your glory? And everyone is different. Some people are still trying to get to their glory.
mhm.
And I still think like you're like on your way up, right? Like who knows where you're going to be 10 years from now. But it sounds like you overcame like a major hurdle in your life. What's your glory and what's your message to folks out there?
Recovery from the worst things in life are possible. Um, you don't have to hide who you are. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. My situation was a little different because the pandemic, there were very limited options available at the time
Yeah.
when I was going through mine. But I was fortunate enough to have my family. Um, I will definitely say it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say that, hey, something's not right. I need help. And for athletes who are still not quite living their truths just yet because they're afraid of it, you don't need to be. It's not. It's not 20 years ago.
Right.
We have, as a society, we have moved forward. We really have.
Well, speaking of that, we've have moved forward, right? So, we talked a little bit about Trump and he's in office now.
Yeah.
And you were saying you're not really pro
No,
Trump,
I've never
right?
been pro Trump.
Right. Okay. So, as a gay man in 2025, what is your outlook on things?
Uh,
Because, you know, I don't really know what his stance is on
I
gays,
know,
to be honest with you.
it's crazy. We don't, I don't, it makes, a lot of it doesn't make sense to us either. I mean, and honestly, it's not even Trump that's doing it. It's more local officials that are coming after us. It's that everywhere, and more red and more Republican, led,
But coming
just
after you in what way?
like apparently. So it's little things like some people were trying to take away our right to get married. There was a
Right.
Supreme
Okay.
Court
Okay.
Supreme Court case that was shut down.
Right.
Like there are still people trying to do that on a
Yeah, like
local level.
for me, it's like I don't care what you do. Just
Yeah,
I don't like it in my face.
yeah,
That's my thing,
that's
right?
here's an analogy for people who, and for the record, I don't care. You do you. I don't judge. It's like you don't want Jehovah's Witnesses just knocking on your door. It's like, no, thank you. Don't push your life onto mine.
Right. Right.
Like
It's like if you're very gay, good for you. But like, why do you need to like put that in my
yeah,
face? Like, you don't need
just
to do that.
exactly. Just need to
Live your life.
live your
Live
life.
your life.
You should live your life the way you see fit, but don't shove it in everyone else's faces. Like
Exactly.
if some, I've never had this happen, but I dare someone if someone tries. If someone is vegan and tries to stop me from eating and someone is vegan and trying to stop me from eating my tomahawk ribeye.
Right. Exactly. What's the difference?
Exactly. It's this, like, I don't want you pushing your lifestyle onto me. I don't push my lifestyle on anyone else. I don't do that. And that's how that, just let people live. Let
Wow.
people live. And if we just did that, this world would be a much better place.
What's I'm trying to think. um Tell me like a funny story.
Um,
I mean, I know you got them.
Oh, I got plenty.
You got plenty.
And you know, here's one. This kind of relates to me being able to take jokes. So I used to work at Coconut Creek. So it's all connected. Hard Rock, all the Seminole tribe casinos here, they're all interconnected.
Right.
I was working at Coconut Creek, which is north, like near Boca, a bit north. So so some some guests that we have with what we call markers, which means they have a credit line.
Okay.
So one of the pit bosses who I'm very close with, and he can say about anything to me, and I'll just die laughing.
Okay.
A guest is paying back his marker on the table. So he comes up to me and goes, "All right, Vinny, spread it like you do for the camera.
What did he say?
Spread it like you do for the camera."
Oh my God.
And he knows I'm gay. He knows I about laughed so hard. I about fell on my ass on a live game.
Right.
My head was down in the rack. A chip stuck to my forehead. I'm just like, bro, I can't believe you just said that.
Wow.
As I'm dying of laughter.
Right.
And I'm like, and that's my kind of humor.
Right.
That's kind of like, that kind of humor. And I think that's something that's so important today. We need to have a sense of humor.
You need to be able to laugh at yourself.
Oh, and I laugh at myself more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like again, I said before, I grew up with South Park, Family Guy, and a movie called Blazing Saddles. And those three things have in common, they leave no stone unturned.
Right.
They go after everyone, which is how it should be if you're going to make jokes about people.
Right.
Because it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
And unfortunately, we're in an age of political correctness.
I know. I'm not.
It's ridiculous.
I'm not politically correct at all. I just think about all the different types of gays that I've met in my life, and it's like you're not really flamboyant.
Not at all.
You're like a guy, But
I could be anyone's wingman. I could be anyone's wingman.
You could be my wingman.
Oh, I could.
But the difference is, you're not going after females.
Nope.
You're going after men.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's just like, okay.
But and it's, again, I'm going to say again, no one has to be afraid to live their truth.
Yeah.
Live your truth.
Good for you.
And I'm living mine. I'm living proof you can come back from it. So.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Coming on. Thank you for sharing your story. And if you want to plug your casino or anything before you go,
I will say,
I don't know. How do you plug you're a dealer, so I don't know if you can really plug your casino.
I don't. What do you mean by elaborate that? Plug my casino.
I mean, you work for a casino, don't you?
Yeah. I will say,
what casino should I go to if I want to gamble?
Oh, I mean, Vegas. Go to Vegas. Gotcha. Their comps are better. It's a lot. If you want a free room, Vegas is a lot easier to get a free room at.
Right.
Because I was just in Vegas last month. They're offering me free rooms already for next year. I'm like, I got home. This was 2 weeks ago. I see the emails like, I just got home. People have told me it's nearly impossible to get a free room.
Well, I love the fact that you wore a Dade County shirt.
I felt it was appropriate.
You got the bright green on. Yeah. You look good. I think you were like, I got to wear something.
It matches the occasion.
Yeah. Well, you look good, man.
Thank you.
Glad I like your sneakers.
Yeah.
Glad for
these are. I've actually debuted these today, so that's my first time wearing these.
Nice. All right. Well, good, man. I'm glad you came on, and let's see what happens with Dade County. If we come back, I will certainly give you a call. We need a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So, and
I need to drop 15, 20 pounds.
You
first.
do, man. I'm just letting you know right now.
Oh, I know.
You're a little chunky.
Yeah. I remember how thin I was last time.
Yeah, you were super thin. You put on some weight.
It was healthy. It was a healthy thin.
Right. You put on some weight.
I
put on some weight.
Yeah, I definitely put on a few, but.
Right. Don't you go to the gym?
I do, but it's just I've got so much going on. It's hard to keep up with everything, but the refereeing is a lot of cardio. So that does help.
Yeah, but you need to do
Oh no, I've been doing weights the last few weeks.
Weights.
No, the last few weeks.
Some abs.
No, the last 2-3 weeks though, I've been doing in the gym 2-3 days a week.
Really? Do you diet?
I've been working on the diet. I still eat what I want, just less of it.
High protein, low carbs.
Yes,
that's the way to go. So All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
Vinny, thank you so much for coming on the show.
course.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for
All
having me,
right.
man.
Thank you.